The sound of her voice was sharp, clear, inescapable. "I can't stand him anymore," she whispered, thinking I wasn't there. "I can't even look at him. It's suffocating." I froze in the doorway, the weight of the moment pressing down on me like a vice. She wasn't talking to me, not directly, but I was there, just a few steps away, hidden in the shadows of the hallway, waiting for her to leave the room. The man she was speaking to didn't respond immediately. He didn't need to. She hadn't asked a question. She hadn't sought advice. She was confessing, a confession to him. I don't know how much longer I can do this. It's all a lie. It's like living in a prison. I heard her shift on the couch, the fabric rustling beneath her, the sound of something fragile breaking. My pulse didn't quicken. It didn't even slow. There was just silence, cold, indifferent silence. And in that silence, I knew I wasn't the one she wanted, not anymore. Her words clung to the air. I stood there, unmoving, fighting the urge to break the calm. I hadn't been caught. She had no idea I was listening. I wasn't going to confront her. No, not yet. I would let her finish her confession, let the truth seep out of her like poison. The first thought that came to mind was disbelief. It wasn't possible, I told myself. Not her, not after everything we had built. But the more I thought about it, the more pieces started falling into place. The missed calls, the late nights, the glances that didn't quite meet my eyes anymore, and that damn smile, the one she used to reserve for me, the one she gave to him. The shift had been gradual, so subtle I had almost missed it. The way she began staying out late under the guise of work, the way she started putting on makeup even when we weren't going anywhere, the lingering scent of someone else's cologne that I could never place. There was no confrontation, not yet. I spent hours piecing the puzzle together in my mind, each fragment of evidence stoking the cold, controlled fury inside me. She had lied. She had betrayed me. The man she had confided in was the one I had suspected for months, Kevin, her colleague, always around, always just a little too close. I'd seen them whispering once, at a dinner party. She had smiled too brightly at something he said. The hairs on the back of my neck had pricked, but I had been patient. I had bided my time. I wasn't one to act on impulse. I needed facts. The truth would come soon enough. I started small, little things, checking the phone bill, a few texts from Kevin that had always been deleted. I knew she'd be careful, but carelessness always finds its way out. I found the emails, the ones she had left open when she'd gotten up to grab her purse. I didn't confront her then. I didn't accuse her. I didn't need to. I got the DNA test done while she was away for a weekend with friends. The results came in a sealed envelope. I hadn't opened it yet. That wasn't necessary. I was already sure. But I didn't want her to see me sweat. I couldn't afford to be the one who made a mistake. I had to be calm, calculated. I watched her, day after day, like a hawk. She thought she was slipping away from me, but she didn't understand. I had never been gone. I knew what she didn't. I was always watching, always listening. Every detail was being stored, every movement calculated. I was waiting for the right moment. It would come. It always did. It came on a Wednesday. She wasn't expecting it. She was sitting at the kitchen table, casually scrolling through her phone, her hair pulled up in a messy bun. The report was in my pocket, pressed up against my chest like a ticking bomb. I took a breath. I stepped into the room. She didn't look up. "Hey," she said, not even bothering to acknowledge my presence fully. I didn't respond. I took the envelope from my jacket and placed it in front of her. She glanced at it briefly, then back at her phone. "You're going to want to open that," I said, my voice flat, detached. Her fingers paused. She finally looked up, a brief flicker of something crossing her face. Guilt? Panic? No, she was still playing the game. She slowly opened the envelope, unfolded the paper, and read it. Her face paled. Her eyes darted to me, then back to the paper. She looked like she might speak, but no words came. The silence hung in the air, thick like the calm before a storm. "So," I said, my voice colder than before, "care to explain?" Her hands trembled slightly as she set the paper down. You've been lying to me," I said, cutting her off. "For how long?" She shook her head, her eyes wide now. The mask was slipping. "Why?" I asked. Her gaze flickered, and I saw it, the recognition, the knowledge that this moment had arrived. She was cornered, no escape, but she didn't cry, no tears, no apologies. Not yet. She stared at me, stunned. "I don't know what you want me to say." I leaned in just a little. The truth. She opened her mouth to speak, but there was nothing left for her to say. I didn't feel rage. I didn't feel a thing. I had already prepared myself for this moment, for the betrayal. The sting had passed before it even reached my skin. I watched her, and I felt nothing. "Do you think I didn't know?" I asked, my voice low, like a whisper in the dark. "Did you think I would just let you get away with it? With him?" She swallowed, her eyes shifting away, but still, she didn't break. She hadn't broken yet. I stood up slowly, stepping away from the table. I could feel her eyes following me, but I didn't care. I wasn't going to beg. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't even going to hit her with the full truth. I had already won. I took a step toward the door, then stopped. "Consider this my goodbye," I said, my tone still eerily calm. Her lips parted. She didn't know what to say. I didn't wait for her to find words. I just left. It's strange how quickly you can sever yourself from someone you thought you loved. I don't miss her. I don't miss the life we shared, the lies we built it on. The truth is, I'd already left long before I walked out the door. I'm not the man she thinks I am, never was. But I gave her everything, and she squandered it. So I disappear, and I watch from the shadows as she unravels. Her betrayal is hers to carry now, not mine. I am free forever.